For over 20 years, Israelis and Palestinians have been trying to make peace by way of separation. Us here and them there. A divorce. But separation to two states has not worked. Both Israelis and Palestinians are deeply connected to all the land. Jews call it Israel, and Arabs call it Palestine. Most of the holiest sites for the Jews are in the West Bank. This is why hundreds of thousands of settlers have been attracted to there. At the same time, the Palestinian refugees from 1948 are connected to the villages and towns of their homeland that existed, and some still exist, within Israel. For years, we have been ignoring the attachment that both peoples have to the entire land. This is why we have been focusing on separation. The West Bank was carved into areas A, B, and C. A separation barrier was erected, settlements were uprooted. Separation was highly divisive for Israelis and came at a very high price for Palestinians. It is quite clear that there are two national movements deeply rooted in the same territory. After 20 years of failed attempts at partition, it is time to accept reality. As the two territories are so deeply entangled, it should really come as no surprise that separation has failed. We need to take a different approach and speak of two states in one space, an Israeli-Palestinian union. Two states, because just like Israelis need a nation-state with a flag, a parliament, and a national anthem, so do the Palestinians, a flag, a parliament, an anthem. They too have been struggling for independence for over a century, and it is clear that sooner or later a Palestinian state will be established on 22% of historical Palestine. But roads, railways, water, and energy infrastructure can be shared. It is even economical, and in certain respects, it has been happening for years. In fact, Israelis and Palestinians already share a currency. Most importantly, Israelis and Palestinians will enjoy freedom of movement and access throughout the land. The principle of freedom of movement and access will enable settlers to avoid eviction and remain in Palestine as residents of Palestine and citizens of Israel. Likewise, Israel will accept refugees as residents of Israel, but voting citizens of Palestine. Is this far-fetched? Is it impossible to imagine, some years down the road, Israelis and Palestinians moving freely throughout both countries? Like in Europe, we should consider developing cooperation between Israel and Palestine in the fields of governance, security, infrastructure, and economy, so that one day in the future we will see the establishment of an Israeli-Palestinian Union. During this past year, IPCRI, together with a group of Palestinians and Israelis, has researched and developed this framework. We invite you to read our report and decide for yourself.